Hey everybody, welcome back to Craps University. Today we're going to dive into a powerful combo bet. What this bet allows you to do, you will protect your bankroll and lock in profits. So it's called the lay hedge. Now, I've read a lot about this. I'm going to play it a little bit different, but that's okay. I think strategies are a baseline, and this is how we're going to do the lay hedge. And it's pretty easy, to be honest with you. But really, why don't we talk about the lay bet? We need to understand, I did a video about lay bets. And laying bets are basically dark side bets where you're saying you're going to see a 7, okay, before that number that you lay. So let's say you want to lay a 4, and you can put odds on it, but this will pay 1-to-1. Take that back. This will pay true odds, and technically on a 4, it pays half the bet. So 25, they don't round, so really they're going to look at this as 24 bucks and give you, let's say we put 50. This will be easy because that's the visible. So you have to risk more money, 50 bucks to win 25, okay? But we know 4 and 10 are good numbers to lay. As we move in, the 5 and 9, just opposite, or you're going to get 2 for every 3. So if you had 3 $25 chips or $75, you're going to win 50. Then, as we move in to the 6 and 8, which are, you're going to get 5 for every 6. Now, 75, let's just say we've got 60. That is going to pay 50. Okay? 60 wins 50 on a lay bet. So pretty straightforward math, and you'll want to understand the payouts and make your bets accordingly so they come out to be even math. That is just a nice thing to do for the dealers. All right, so 6 and 8, the house edge is less than 2.44%. That's not bad. 6 and 8. I never lay these. I lay these, the 4 and 10, more often than not. And then, in my table, we're not going to play VIGs, since most of the VIGs are taken on payout. It's just not going to do that. But there is a 5% commission on the lay bet. Some casinos don't charge a VIG. So what is a hedge bet? So if you're laying, it's funny, if you're laying 50 on the 6 and 8, you can hedge with a pass line bet. Play it on the line like that. That means if this number hits, Okay. You are going to lose this $50, but you're going to get paid and some garbage, basically, right there on that bet. So you don't have to play the full. You could play a quarter down there, 50 right there, and I think you'd be just fine, because the money you make here, if a 7 hits, you're going to lose that 25, but you're going to make it back with some extra on this lay bet. All right, so let's try and walk through some live demos. All right, here we go. All right, we'll get some dice. And we'll pick my favorite dice out there. And we are coming out. And 7. 7. We don't have a pass line bet, but that would be a roll for a good come out roll. And 2 craps, nothing, still nothing for us. And 5. All right, we're on the 5 now. We are going to play 75 there. Actually, we'll take it out of my rack. And 50 there. 50 on the pass line odds. And let's see how we do. And 2 craps aces. And 6. And 8. And 6 again. And 8 the hard way. Yo 11. And 2 craps aces. Whew. All right. A lot of rolls. And 8. And 6. And 9. All right, a lot of rolls. So what I'm doing, I'm going to take 25 off of there. And 4. Still a lot of rolls. And 6 again. I think that's 4 6s. And 10. And 7. 7 out. All right. We lose that. But here, we're going to get 2 for every 3 that we have bet. And we are going to rack that up. So we netted $25 off of that. All right. And we're coming out again. And 9. Center field 9, the neener. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to lay and we're going to drop 25 down there. And 8. Six the hard way. 8 again. 10. And 7 out. All right. We lose here, but we get paid 25 there. So we are netting 25 again in our rack. All right, one more. We're coming out. And 3 craps, acey deucey. And 10. This is perfect now. All right. As I said, these are the best. So we're going to go from 75. We're going to drop $100 as a lay bet. But we can drop 25 down there. Not really an even hedge, but it's a good lay bet. And 7, immediate 7. All right, we lose there, but we win. We get 1 for every 2. We've got 4. So that means we're going to win 2, and easy stuff. So our bankroll started at 500. That's 500 right there. And this is a slow grind because you are losing a portion of your bet. So we won 75 bucks off of 3 shooters. And, you know, I'd like to see this and how this worked. We were not hedging fully on the odds, and we sure could have, but it seems that our rolls were long, but we did pretty good. We made $25 a shooter. So if you're into the grind, this might be a good one for you. So you can scale. So you saw what I did. The farther out we get from the middle, the happier I am laying those numbers, because there's only 3 ways to roll a 4 and 3 ways to roll a 10, but there's 6 ways to roll a 7. So 4 and 10, as you move in, the risk, the house edge gets higher that you're going to lose that lay bet. Still, laying a 6 and 8 only has a 2.44% house edge. So scale your lay bet and hedge bets to session targets. So if you aim for small, consistent wins, keep your hedge size equal to the lay win amount. So on that last one, I had 100. I could have hedged it with 50. That would have paid for that hedge lay bet. So, you know, it's up to you. I mean, that 50 on the line would win 100. That would pay off that. So, pros and cons. with that, doing it that way. If you're doing it that way, you're only teetering on a choppy table. You're just going to teeter there for a while. And, you know, if you're playing the pass line with the amount that you'd win from the hedge, so you've got to take a risk someplace. You saw me take a risk. That means I was, depending on what the lays were, I think I was laying a 6. Then I played what I would win on that lay bet on the line. Okay, so pro tip. That's a pro tip. If you want occasional bigger payouts, underhedge slightly. You saw me do that, okay? That's exactly what I was doing. I was underhedging because I know that you could just teeter there. And depending on what number point, if it's a 4, then chances are in my favor that that's not going to hit, okay? But if it's 6 and 8, you might want to put more on the pass line, or you might want to put what you are going to win equal to what you're going to win on the pass line, just to get out of that number. And who says that you always have to do it that way? You could also put a hedge here, or put a lay bet here, put a lay bet here, and do a pass line. It's all up to you. Here are some common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Overhedging. Placing too large of a hedge reduces your upside and turns a lock-in into break-even or small loss. So that's what I'm warning against. You need to take a risk at some point, but you can take a very small risk like I was, and I hit the upside and I walked away after 3 shooters with a little, probably dinner for myself. And then are some other pitfalls. If you ignore the table momentum, if the dice have been cold on your point, reconsider layering another lay hedge bet, right? So that's what I was saying. If you got a 6 there, you can play a 4 or 10. You know, it's up to you. You don't have to lock yourself into textbook, this is how this works. And then forgetting to adjust. Always rebalance after every alternate number that isn't a 7 or a point. We got deep into a roll that made me say, hey, let me remove. I was making some readjustments knowing a 7 rolls 1 out of 6 rolls, and I think we were already past 10 deep. That 7 was coming. So I pulled one off and racked it. Okay, so that's a wrap on the lay hedge. You know, practice this. It's going to be a lot on how you feel. Just to play a textbook. What's fun about playing textbook? My job is to expose you to things and take them and try some new stuff. So drop your questions, share your experience in the comments. Let's deepen our understanding together. Thanks for watching Craps University.